Nope, you lose. All
Okay,
right.
so what are we doing exactly?
So we're just kind of giving you, we've been here 13 months for all you people with your 36-month-old children.
Yeah.
Just kind of show you what we did, what we've done, new stuff, and Billy Sue, not new. This is just the old kitchen. I think all I did is clean stuff up,
Move things around so that we could put the...
move stuff around. I didn't venture into those back rooms over there. Those are still the same.
Not yet anyways, because, you know, we have to have a place to put that stuff first. And then you have your...
Over here, if you remember, I built a lumber rack to store that stuff. Just what they left plus what we've kind of brought with us or bought. I haven't done anything in there. There's just some storage in there. I don't think this side of the bleachers has changed.
No, we worked on this side.
It's kind of a disaster.
We worked on this side this year. This was important. Taking the bleachers down on this side and splitting, cutting, splitting, and stacking all of this wood.
Yeah, so the bleachers are gone. There was, I don't know, probably 10 cords of wood in here to start. And we're almost finished that partial third row. So
It wasn't a full third row. How far out was it about?
it was about 2/3 of a row.
And where that coiled up hose is?
Yeah, where the crap on the floor stops. Then over here, I took probably what was the laundry room and I made it the room where I have all my traps and stuff. But you can't see in there because the light doesn't want to work today.
I have my flashlight. I can at least...
And the boat hasn't moved. That's not a very good light.
Well, I have to point it somewhere. Where would you like it?
But like I hung my stretchers on the wall and I put in a shelf and then just hung traps on the walls. I think I did a video or took pictures of that.
I believe there's a video.
And then we didn't do anything in these bathrooms.
Cleaned them out. In a sense, there was one of them had stacked of wood and took that stuff out.
That's because I put the wood in there because the wood was on the stage. And then I built the lumber rack and put the lumber on it.
Yes. Well, that's one thing. There was something done to it. This year was mostly, out here, it was mostly this wall of wood. That was the most important to finish and split, put together. That was kind of the goal. Now this year upcoming, we'll be able to tackle the other side.
And then like on the stage, we painted part of the floor. Painted over most of the graffiti.
I don't think there's any graffiti anymore.
There's something coming through over there. I don't know what that is, but it could just be because there's no heat out here.
We just need some...
This will eventually be our studio with the chalkboard and the table and the rug, but
We need some
It's-
good outside chairs because we were going to put something else out here, and then we were like, it's fabric, and probably not the best idea to put as cold as it gets out here.
no, the temperature changes. It'll cause it to grow stuff.
And we don't want that, and so
We got a pulpit. That cart there, from what
it moved from over here to over there.
but it's still out here, and I don't know what's in it.
I think it's some of it says Clint on it, so it might be some Clint stuff or this is fur.
Oh, chunks of fur.
This is fur, chunks of fur.
Oh,
So you could be using it to do something. I'm not sure.
no, that's the stuff that didn't tan up.
I think this is the stuff we were making cat toys with.
Yeah, this is the stuff that didn't
Yeah.
tan.
It's tan, it's just not well.
Not
It's
right.
Yeah, this is the stuff with the orange stuff that we've never dealt with doing this before, like lacquering it.
Yeah, it's tan, but it's hard as a rock.
Yeah, so
And you ain't gonna break it.
I don't know if anyone who's a furrer out there, they'd be like, hey, do this.
I already exploited all that. Nobody.
Well, I don't know if anyone else out there might have some ideas. So, I mean, we could,
It's just a box of junk now.
just fur. I know, again, we were making cat toys out of it. And that's one thing to...
And then we took some stuff out of here. This is on the...
Yeah, there was a cabinet there, and there was a shelf there.
Yep.
And so we took that out. These pieces over here on the floor were on that shelf. Scott took it all off. Haha, a shelf. And then this is a cabinet thing that, you know,
Maybe at some point we'll wheel out.
I don't know if we get rid of it or what. They left Christmas stuff. I don't know if the penguin works. This is really cute. I'm not that kind of person to use that. So, I don't think there's nothing in that one. We put our storage in here, and then this is where we stored.
Yep, so the equipment room became our storage room because it's dry. So all this stuff is like the kids' toys, clothes, books.
Old clothes, old video, you know, things that the boys wanted to keep. This is Tristan's. This, I think he said all of this over here was his. Because I think, yeah, Tristan, I think this is all Tristan's and Sydney's stuff that they went through. Well, we said, you know, you could have storage. This is an old table that would really like to redo. Maybe eventually we will be able to do something with this shelf. It has random stuff on it that we haven't.
They haven't thrown away.
We were really, you know, focused on doing the wood. And that was a long process, having to get out the, you know, bleachers to be able to then, you know, we didn't get the wood until, when did we get the wood? August? Because, when did we get the wood?
Like May.
In May?
I finished it in July.
Right, but no.
And then we didn't split it and get it inside till November.
Yes, I know that. I just felt like there was something that caused, there was a reason why we didn't get it as soon as we wanted to.
They had road bands up and nobody around here had logs when we were looking.
That's what it was. So, I mean, this is a great shelf thing that once...
It's double-sided,
Yeah,
so...
so it has to be somewhere like in the middle of a room somewhere, but it's a lot of shelf space. Who knows, maybe it's something we could use as a divider somewhere at some point in time. But it, obviously everything that comes out of here needs to be washed and then, you know, so. I'm going to, are you going to go up on stage?
No, I'm just probably going to end this video and go shut off all the lights.
And then we will go in the foyer. We'll start in the foyer.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I put a, I don't know, whatever those things are that make the door close automatically, because somebody used to like to leave the door open and when it's cold out.
And there's a significant temperature change when you walk from out in the garage to in here now. So this is... So they decorated their door, and then in here all we did was, like, literally, there's Grogu is over there, and then the Christmas tree here with lights on it.
Yeah, all we did was clean the floor.
Yeah, all we did was clean everything up. And, you know, like the floor-wise and stuff, there's no... I mean, there's no leakage. We have the roof fixed, so there's no leaking anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is there leaking...
The pipe still drips in the office.
Yeah, that's the only thing, is that the pipe itself needs to still be sealed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing stacked up anymore. I mean, we've.
Oh, yeah, the totes are gone, but they're
Well,
still...
there's totes over here. Like, this is all the totes that we, these totes and those totes.
Those empty totes.
We didn't do anything in the bathroom.
Or the laundry
Or
room.
the laundry room. This is Clint's freezer. Well, there's the apartment. That's clearly what we've done.
Yeah, I put videos up of in what we're going to make. Basically, at some point, it'll become an in-law apartment, but...
So this is how far...
We tore down the wall there where the thing's on the floor, and then the wall where the other mark is.
And there was a wall.
So what we did is we basically switched sides with the wall, and then set it up so there's going to be a bedroom and a bathroom on that side, and then where I'm standing will be the kitchen, dining room, eating kitchen, and you have a decent living room space. So I think we figured it out. This is like 700 square feet or something like that.
7 or 750. It's.
I think
I don't know what Sydney's house is. It's a little over 900 square feet, and I think this one is 200 less than that one. So.
Then I don't think we did anything in our bedroom.
No. I mean, other than putting up the shelves that we'd already.
Yeah, so we didn't.
So, other than moving stuff in.
Yep.
And then Clint's room.
I haven't done anything in here either.
No, he just has what he had in here.
It's basically just his stuff.
He's put stuff away. I mean, that's about it.
Yeah, he's got his bedroom in there. And then he's got like his bachelor pad in here.
I mean, he has put some stuff away, like...
He's got some shelves, but he's got his couch and his TV and computer desk type thing, so...
He has
He's got all kinds of stuff on his window over there, so he's making it his...
I mean, he got a... There is in here, he got a... In here, he has some storage, but there's a dresser in there, so he could store his own... whatever they're called, blankets and whatnot. Basically, in his actual bedroom area, I think it's just...
He's got a dresser.
Yeah, his dresser. And I think that's it, right? That was all that was new in your room.
Yeah, the dresser, bed, and a nightstand. That's really all.
Yep. It's very simple.
Then down here, freezer's still there. We set these up. And these now have all of Clint's canned stuff.
This is just his canned stuff. Everything has to do with canning, I believe. A couple small boxes of random stuff, but mostly canning stuff.
Then this is the bookcase we pulled from the other room. It's got a whole bunch of books on it, and then some of the knick-knack stuff that was in the hutch. I think everything we found, like our coats and stuff like that.
More totes that are emptied.
And then just in the living room area, we just started hanging stuff up. I got pictures and collected some fish.
Some more fish. Let's see, Scott made shelving. So he made these shelves. Because at the New Hampshire house, we had a room that had 6 shelves up around the...
Yeah, the whole perimeter.
And so a lot of this stuff here is all that was on, I mean, we haven't found all of it yet. There's clearly some missing totes still. We're trying to find everything. Kind of feels like we're missing a lot of stuff, a lot of totes that were not found. But he put this in here when we first got here. Recently did all of this shelving stuff. This thing is, so be very clear, this was here when we moved in, so people aren't like, oh my gosh, that was here. Everything but the shelving and everything he has done. Clearly, stuff on the wall, the moose, fur. We did the pictures not too long ago.
Yeah, that door used to slide over that window looking into Clint's room, but since we put up that other stuff and it's kind of a pain to move, we pushed it over there and screwed it in, and that's where our pictures are. some more fish.
Was over here, but the way that we're still moving stuff back from having a Christmas tree, so that shelf will go back over there so that it's not entangled with the wood. But put those up, all these pictures and all the stuff up here. Did all of the
Pie pans.
cake pans. They're not pie pans. How dast you? They're cake pans. All the cake pans. We still have. I mean, most of the that yellow tote, a yellow black tote, has more cake pans in it, along with the box next to it. So I might have a small addiction, but I mean, it's better than $3,000 purses. And then I think it's just the shelf over there to hold stuff more kitchen-wise. I know we talked about putting some shelves up above there, over there, and then why don't you explain what you'd like to do over there?
Over there by the dehumidifier, we're going to put in like a little wet bar because there's a pipe coming up for a drain and hot and cold water, so we'll put up like a mirror with some shelves on it. I got a lot of like beer and alcohol type glasses that we'll put over there. Beer steins. We'll probably do a live edge piece of pine as the countertop and stuff like that.
What we would have used as our counter in the house we built had we gotten that far before it worked down. So
I think
all
that
of these glasses will be on that, so that then you can actually use this hutch as, you know, what it's supposed to be used for kitchen stuff.
But that's about it. We've been here for about 13 months, and it was a good move for all you people who ask, was it good? Yes.
Are we still happy? We are still thrilled. There is nothing like being obedient to God. There's nothing like God saying, go and do, and you say, okay, and do. The blessings that have come from being out here, the people that we have been blessed to meet and know, you know, the blessings that God has just, like the camper and Clint's business, you know, the things that, you know, we're able to do here versus there. Scott got 2 deer, you know.
A lot more deer here.
We could talk about the fact that he was able to take 3 shots to get 1 deer. She didn't move. She's just like, ooh, ooh. And I didn't see one. But
Yeah, it was also 200 yards away, and I have a hard time shooting that far offhand. The second one was about the same distance, and I hit that one offhand. Folded them up.
I mean, just so when I went out, the times I went out, it was beautiful here. We'd leave, it'd be sunny, and by the time we'd get to where we were hunting, it would cloud up, and then the wind would pick up, and then it would start to snow. And I'm sure if I had been more diligent, I'm sure people are going to be like, well, you should have waited longer. We were out for probably 2 hours each time, and I couldn't. It was too cold. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah,
It's too cold.
and she's also going through some stuff, so that doesn't help any. So
Unfortunately, they put me on a medication to. They don't believe that that I have RA. The doctor doesn't believe I have RA, or if there is any RA, it's very minimal. So what I've dealt with and the pain in the joints for years has been something completely different. And the process to have that flush out of your system, according to the doctors, can take anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. I've been doing it for 3 months now.
October.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm better in the sense of, like, when I have good days, I have good days. Unfortunately, when it's painful, it's painful. And
Or it's below 0. Because after the first couple days of deer season, when she could get back out, it was cold.
Yeah.
I think one of the days we went out, it was only like 5 degrees out and the wind was blowing.
But I went and I tried. And that was my thing, is I wanted to do it. I do now have my trapping license. Unfortunately, again, it's a little difficult. I could go out with Scott, don't get me wrong. Unfortunately, mornings are the most uncomfortable for me. So when he's going out at 6 a.m. or 6:30 or whatever, it's a little hard for me because it's
The sun doesn't come up till 20 minutes to 8. I leave around 7 usually.
still.
And then we're checking, Clint and I are checking traps in the dark-ish, or light-ish.
So for me, if
Legal shooting time.
he was going out for 8:30 and
I went out at 8 today, and where were you?
Unfortunately, I had a migraine, which unfortunately happens to be a side effect of the medication they put me on. And I can go and be good, but the past couple of days I have been fighting some headaches, unfortunately. So I believe I am healed. Just because things happen doesn't mean that I don't believe I am healed. There's always I stand on that I am healed, whole, set free, and delivered from every curse of the law. And I thank God that this is not as bad as it could be because I am under His grace and healing. Because it is not God's will for anyone to be hurt or suffering, regardless of what people may say. This is not a trial from God. It is. The devil can definitely say things and kind of walk around in your mind, and it is your job as a Christian, as a good, diligent follower of God, for you to rebuke that and tell it to get out and to shut up, and praise and thank God that I am healed and whole. So, and that is what I do, regardless when my body says I am in pain, and it says you can't do this, you can't do that. I tell it to shut up, and I tell it is healed, and I thank God I am. And again, I thank God it's not as bad as it could be, because we were told by the doctor that it was going to be excruciatingly painful for the next 6 months to 2 years. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's not been good, but if this is the worst of it, then I went through more excruciating pain.
And the healthcare system's a lot better here than it is back east.
Significantly. A lot more.
The doctors are better. They're a big fan of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And also, there's natural ways to fix things. They don't run right to their prescription book.
Yeah, I've had multiple things where I have been low in certain things. Things like magnesium, potassium, your vitamins and minerals, and instead of them going, oh, we want to give you this and we want to give you that, they go, just eat this.
Mm-hmm.
Eat some of this or eat more of that. And that's a lot easier on your body than medications. And I'm just not, for someone who takes quite a bit of medications, I'm very anti-medication. I will, as Scott likes to say, I will suffer instead of taking medication. So medication to me is a last resort of I'm non-functioning, and some medication is necessary if I want to be better than I am. Because I won't take, even though I have a lot of headaches, I will not take the headache medication or the migraine medication unless it's debilitating me, and then I will, because otherwise I go straight to God first, and I thank God, and I tell it no, I curse it, I don't want it, and only as my last resort. In that aspect, do I go, I want to be functioning at this moment, I'm having a hard time, I will take it. And there's nothing wrong with medication, there's nothing wrong with going to doctors. God gave them the knowledge. When you abuse the medications, when you abuse the doctors, and you're looking at them as your healer, as your first resort, God is my first. I go to God first with everything. There's no, let me call the doctor, see what they say. No, it's let me go to God. And a doctor is only a last resort. I'm struggling with this, and I haven't figured out what's going on. And I'm a firm believer that if you know what the cause is, if you know the name of something, then you can attack it by name. The Bible tells us that everything that has a name must bow to the name of Jesus. And so, if you're dealing with a symptom and they're just like, oh, well, let's treat the symptom. I don't want to treat them for the symptom. I want to know what's causing it, so I can address what's causing it. And that is where I stand. That's where my belief is. Your belief may be different. Everybody's different. Everybody grows differently. And so it's important for everybody to know that you do not need to sit where I sit. I don't need to sit where you sit. And we don't need to sit where somebody else sits. Mm-hmm. Wherever your faith is, you need to grow from that. But I'll be very, very clear. Your faith. It's your faith. My faith is not going to heal you. And Joe Schmo's faith isn't going to heal you. Your faith. You have to believe. Because if you don't believe, then it's not happening. It is very, very important that you believe. And believing God can and will is faith. Believing God can and going, well, I'm not sure if he will, that's doubt. Just to clarify.
So that's basically where we're at, what we've done for the past year.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, we also got that Jeep, too. That was something we did this year, was to buy the Jeep.
Yeah, nobody needs to know about that.
It was in a garage. It could have been like, we did that. It's what we used to bring all that wood inside, so that's why it's kind of important.
Makes this cool rapping sound, but has no power loss or anything like that.
Dave should come out and look at it.
It's just a yard Jeep at the moment.
Yep. So, things that are coming down the road. Clint will graduate this year. He's a senior. He will graduate in May, and he's already been accepted into UW Stout. And he...
For mechanical and manufacturing engineering.
And so that's kind of cool for him. He'll go off in the fall to...
Menominee.
Is that where it is? Menominee?
Well, there's two different ones spelled differently, but it's to the west of us. It's about...
He'll go to UW Stout. Obviously, there is a baby on the way. Everybody already knows that. So, that's about all that's coming down that we have planned. We fully believe God has so much in store for us. There are we know there are good things on the way. We already know of things that are coming, and we will let you know when they are here. We already know.
Because we're not giving you all our moves.
No, you never tell everyone everything. Because it's none of, no offense to all y'all, it's none of your business what God has told us and what we know is coming. It's our job to give glory to God and to share what he has done. It's important to know he's doing stuff and he is moving. So all of those that are praying and believing with us, he's moving and things are happening. And as soon as they're on the ground and we can show you evidence of, because that is very important to other people, not to us. I don't need evidence of God to know that God is God and that he is moving. That's what faith is. So when things hit the ground, we'll share it.
Yep.
And give God the glory, because that's what we do. All of this is for his glory. He called us to move here. We have so much more than we could ever have imagined, and sometimes being patient and waiting is hard. Turn the camera around. Talk of that.
They see enough of me. They'll see me tomorrow when I do a trapping video. Maybe we'll catch some cool stuff.
But it is important. It's hard to wait. But there is...
We need a better camera, too.
There is... the word is there and I can't. There is blessing in the waiting. And I know there's a lot of people out there waiting. And I just want to encourage you, wait on God. Diligently seek him. He's a rewarder of those who diligently
Don't make it happen. You'll only get screwed.
and if you think, I need to be doing this and I need to be doing that, unless you're knowing that you feel like, oh, well, I have to do this, and if you're forcing it and if you're making it happen, if you can do it on your own, then where's the glory to God? It is important to be obedient, and when he says to do something and you're at that point where you've done all that you can and now you're just waiting on the other end to happen, wait diligently, because God didn't leave you there. He doesn't bring you somewhere to leave you. You know, that's if you read the Bible, God brought all those people through everything. He didn't leave them anywhere.
No, they just needed to mature to where they were all right to move on to the next step. And when you're stuck somewhere, you need to look inside and go, why am I still here?
A lot of times.
You don't want to spend 40 years in the wilderness.
I was just gonna go to that and say the only time God left anyone was those who did not want to move forward. They were left there, they died there, and only those who did not deny going into the promised land was because of their unbelief. So if you're like, well, I'm still here, is it because you don't believe God can move you on? Because that's the only time you are left anywhere, and that's got nothing to do with God. In the wilderness, it was because they did not believe they could take on the giants. But it was a promised land, and as soon as all of them were gone, their descendants took the promised land. So, it's not God, because they still took it. Not with all the same people, but the promise was still true, and it still came through. God still
Weeded out the problem.
Yeah. So if you're stuck, if you're somewhere because you're not willing to do what was asked of you, that's not on God. If God said it's time for you to move, and you go, well, I don't want to leave my area, and God's calling you to China, don't be Jonah. I don't want to go, God. I don't want to go. Bad things happen.
You don't want to go to Nineveh, so you go somewhere else and you end up in a fish.
And you end up in Nineveh anyways. The point is that you cannot blame God for not moving or doing when you're in disobedience.
See, you should start going live every day and just talking.
I have to have interaction.
I'm just standing here.
Yeah, but you're also engaged and you're shaking your head. So I have someone to actually talk to. And it's not me. I'm just saying what's coming up in my spirit. So clearly someone needs to hear it. That's how that works. It's not like I've got stuff back here and I'm just gonna. No, it's I'm trusting that I'm saying what God's telling. I'm hearing. So I'm obedient to just say what I'm being prompted to by Holy Spirit. So it's important. So I think that's all I have.
You done now?
I think that's all I have. I'm gonna start dinner.
Well, you can break it apart. All right, so till tomorrow morning when I do a video, hopefully we'll catch some stuff. But there's my. Yep. So say bye, Billy Sue.
Bye.